Finally, the patch is here, finally the patch is in game, and with every fusion, Plarium always releases the fusion planning. And normally in the other channel, in the Spanish main channel, I always do it, but in this channel I'm gonna start doing it since it's a new channel, always the review before a fusion of the planning, basically so you can have an idea of how hard, how easy it is, and how to structure and how to plan the use of your resources. So let's have a look at it. Hi, Senda here, and welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. In this case, we're gonna have a look at the planning. And this one, like I was mentioning in previous videos, is not a very easy fusion. Basically because there's no extra shards apart from the last 50, and it's like an extra 50 shards or 50 fragments event, and it's a summon rush, so it's not even an easy one. In this case, you can see we have the exact amount of champion fragments to get this fusion. We have 200 here in tournaments, 200 in events, and the 50 that I mentioned at the end. In case you were too lazy or in case you missed an event or whatever, you're gonna have 50 at the very end as a kind of mercy. If you haven't saved enough shards and you think you're gonna be quite tight with this fusion, you always can work your ass off and try to get as many of them in the regular events, because like I said, there is not much room for mistake. So starting with today, Wednesday, January the 8th, we start with the Fire Night tournament, and they always do that. I don't know why it's so difficult to never make at the same time one dungeon and then one dungeon divers. Always, okay, we start today on a Wednesday, that means that's a bit useless, it doesn't make much sense to start farming Fire Night, because if we start farming Fire Night tomorrow, we're gonna be earning points for two different events. First, the Fire Night, and second, the Dungeon Diver. So it doesn't make much sense separating like that. It would be as easy as putting these Dungeon Divers one day before, and I don't know, pushing the champion training one day forward. And that way we can farm Fire Night today in peace. Also, we have, starting today, the Artifact Enhancement. There's 3 of these. They're normally not super complicated because it just requires that you saved up enough silver, so it's just a matter of saving resources. And one of my most hated ones is the champion training event. I really hate these ones, and it's champion training, and it's one of the difficult ones. And by difficult ones, I mean one of those that, yes, you do need to have, not in here, in the events, champion training event, it's time to develop your champions, level them up, upgrade their rank, and get your hands on huge rewards. The easy ones, or the ones that are the easy version of this kind of event, is the ones that you can use books in order to increase the level or increase the... Basically, you can use champion books and level up the champion's skills, and then you get points for that. These ones are fairly easy, especially because you can use any type of book and you get points for them. But in the events like this one, now the only way is leveling up champions, rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, rank 5, make shitloads of chickens. So this is kind of the only way to get this event. So I don't know how hard is going to be the next one. There's 2 of these, and I think these ones are probably going to be the more annoying one. We have one here that lasts from today all the way to beginning of Sunday, and then we have another one next weekend from Thursday till Monday. So I think this one is the hard, the one that is an event, and the one that's going to be easier maybe is the champion training, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Then tomorrow we have the same, pretty much the same. Then tomorrow it starts the Dungeon Divers, hallelujah, finally it starts Dungeon Divers, so tomorrow is going to be time to farm the Fire Night. Friday is pretty much the same, and it starts this Champion Chase tournament. This Champion Chase, this weekend exactly, is going to collide the ×2 event of, I think it's of Sacred Shards, and together with, I think it's times 10 or times 15 of the new faction, Unity faction champion from the Night Revenant, which is a really good champion. So it's going to be all together crammed this weekend. ×2, times 10, I'm not too sure because Discord doesn't want to work today for me for some reason. So I cannot double check, but it's something like that important this weekend, and it's going to be basically on Sacred Shards. So if you want to try to get your hands on the new champion, and if you want to try to get your hands on this champion chase and get the points, and also use the ×2 in Sacred Shards, this weekend is the moment to open Sacred Shards. I don't know why my brain is thinking secret shards. Sacred shard. Then comes Saturday. Saturday we start Spider. We continue with this Dungeon Diver. So as you can see, today is not worth farming Fire Knight, tomorrow is worth starting, and then just do kind of half of the event, completing the Fire Knight, and then you finish this Dungeon Divers event with a bit of a Spider over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. There's 1 day overlap, from Sunday ends one, and Monday starts the next one, which is another Dungeon Divers, and then you can do a bit of a Spider on Saturday, a bit of Sunday, and a bit of Spider on Monday, Tuesday. So you can fill a bit of couple of points here. Sorry, I was pointing on the other side. You can fit a couple of points in these Dungeon Divers here and in these other Dungeon Divers here. And then again, there's over the weekend and beginning of next week, another artifact enhancement, which is, like I said, not too complicated, especially since it clashes with this Spider, and farming Spider normally tends to give a lot of silver because there's a lot of trash on this item. And the middle of next week, we finish this Dungeon Divers with a Golem, sorry, and this Golem starts, and this is a bit of a weird one because it starts on Wednesday, which means we have 1 day to do Ice Golem. On Thursday, we finish the Dungeon Diver, so we have to complete it here, but then there's no point farming Ice Golem on Thursday because there's no active event other than this, and taking it again on Friday, so you can do double the points, 1 on this Ice Golem, 1 in this third Dungeon Divers. These ones are also pretty fucking annoying. I don't know why don't they put them together back to back, or they make one that is very long that takes the whole event and that gives 75 champion fragments. I don't know why, but this system is just annoying. Thursday also, on Friday and Saturday, the second champion training event that I mentioned before, that hopefully this is the easy version, the one we can get a lot of points just by using books. And we end this fusion with a dragon that we need to farm dragon again at the same time to get these Dungeon Divers, and another arena, which is normally super complicated. It's not very complicated, either this one and this one of each these over the weekend. And if you, for whatever reason, like I said, you were lazy, you forgot, you missed one of them, you have an extra event here, which is on Tuesday, Wednesday. This Tuesday, Wednesday doesn't clash with the clan versus clan. This CVC or clan versus clan is this Tuesday, Wednesday, and this Tuesday, Wednesday there's no event. I'm pretty sure they're gonna put some sort of times 15, times 10 on any of the new champions to clash with the CVC next week, but this one at the end of the month, on the 21st and 22nd of January, this is just extra. It's just to get 50 in case you forgot one, and it's a summon rush, so it means also saving up on shards. There's 3 of these. You have 1 this weekend with sacred shards, 1 next weekend, which is this other summon rush, another 25 points or 25 fragments, and another one at the end in case you have any shards left. It's important that you manage them good, because it's hard to manage to, well, hard not, do it the way around. It's easy to spend all the shards along the way trying to get, I don't know, either champions during the events, or in this case, trying to pull one of these epics, because that's the other problem. It's a hard fusion because we have 4 copies of the same epic, and this epic is a void epic, which means you can only pull it opening void shards, and the void shards are not the easiest shards to come along. So that's a bit the overview of the planning. I hope it helped to more or less have a bigger structure of how can you optimize your resources, when to use what, and more or less you are aware of what's coming. And if you miss something, remember that there will be another final event with another extra 50 at the very end of the month, just before the fusion ends. That's all from my side. Hope you enjoyed the video. Any comments or any ideas, you can leave a comment down below, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.